As our Colorado grows, nearly every metro city and town is seeing a building boom. That includes Superior in Boulder County along US 36. Several developers have teamed up to create downtown Superior off US 36 at McCaslin. There's a rec center already open and developers are adding housing, commercial and office space there. Two developers are going before the town council tonight. Their plans include a downtown plaza, a pedestrian promenade, more than 400 homes, and up to 73,000 square feet of commercial space. The idea is to put retail space on the first floor with housing above for a true downtown feel.
If you're flying out of DIA soon, among all the construction, you'll also notice some new direction signs. The airport is hoping to help travelers navigate through the construction. According to our partners at the Denver Post, the airport put up new signs as well as relocated an off-site bag drop. DIA also plans to hire more staff who will help direct people. The construction is at a standstill until the city council gives final approval to new contracts. The airport expects things to start moving again in January. You know, I'm glad to see that. Every time I go out there, it is so confusing.
Yeah.
And if you have to go to the bathroom, it's even worse.
If you see the scissor lifts and wheelbarrows, you've gone too far.
You've gone too far,
Okay.
That's right.
The engagement ring business is changing. The new options couples are turning to instead of diamonds.
Plus, a new seatbelt claims to be safer for pregnant women, but doctors say that might not be the case.
And Taco Bell has a recipe it wants you to consider adding to your Thanksgiving menu.
You got to stick around for this. We have temperatures this morning that are in the 30s and 40s. Compared to yesterday, it's about 10 to 15 degrees cooler here in town. So not quite as mild this morning, but it's going to be gorgeous this afternoon. We'll take a look at the warm-up and then the big change coming up in just a few minutes.
You're looking at the Sea Line train live right now as it's going between the Santa Fe corridor and downtown Denver. There are a number of cancellations, 16 of them today due to the operator shortage, including that 556 northbound train from Mineral Station. We'll take a look at the travel times if you're going to be driving around town coming up in just a few minutes.
Welcome back. 5:43 is your time. Comcast customers have not been able to see Avalanche or Nuggets games since August, and Altitude says it is fed up. Now the network is suing Comcast, claiming the company is illegally using its monopoly power to force them out of business. Altitude says Comcast has been anything but fair or reasonable during these negotiations. According to the lawsuit, Altitude also claims Comcast continues to charge local sports fans a regional sports fee to provide coverage of Avs and Nuggets games that it's not providing. Comcast calls it a meritless lawsuit.
Today, several biologists will be wading through the South Platte River in Waterton Canyon. They'll be working to capture and count fish in the water. It's part of a survey that helps monitor our fish populations across Colorado. Scientists then track how they're doing over time.
Starting this week, voters in Estes Park should be getting ballots in the mail for a special election that would allow pot shops in town. 2 Denver dispensary owners have worked for nearly a year to get this issue before town leaders and voters. The special election is December 10th. There would also need to be a separate vote next year to approve the tax framework.
Being diagnosed with cancer or having a family member diagnosed can be very scary, but the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society says better treatments are on the way. In the last 2.5 years, the FDA has approved 51 new treatments for blood cancers.
There is a treatment, an immunotherapy treatment called CAR T therapy that teaches the patient's own immune system to find and attack and eliminate the cancer.
The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society says it's important to find an expert who treats your type of cancer. Those interested in being part of a new treatment study should reach out to the society directly.
In a Contact 7 consumer alert this morning, doctors have a warning for those who wear fake eyelashes. They say they're seeing more cases of lash lice. Doctors say it's because many people are afraid to wash their fake lashes because they're worried the lashes will fall out. However, not washing them can increase bacteria and lead to infection, or lice can show up and spread. Experts suggest washing lashes with a tea tree-based cleanser, and it's a good idea to give your eyes a break from lash extensions every now and then.
That's it. I'm pulling my lashes out right now. Are you afraid sitting next to me? Because I would be. Wow.
Yeah. Well, seat belts are something we put on every time we get in the car, but for pregnant women, it can be uncomfortable. And that's why some moms are turning to a new option and purchasing a maternity seat belt. The seat belt can be bought on Amazon. It's designed to fit around the baby bump by hooking between the legs instead of covering the belly. It's marketed as a way to help keep the fetus safe if the mom were to get into a crash, but doctors are warning about these seat belts. Some say there is not enough research to know if it really is any safer. Bottom line is, talk to your doctor before buying one. A diamond is forever, but forever certainly comes at a cost. The average couple spends $6 grand on an engagement ring.
Add that to the cost of a honeymoon, maybe a new home. Well, that is why so many young people are now ditching the diamonds. Our Eric Lufer digs into the diamond alternatives that are putting a different kind of sparkle in a woman's eye.
More and more young couples are now rebelling against many of the wedding traditions followed by their parents. Buying the largest diamond the groom can afford is another example. Sarah Bray and her husband decided early on they were not going to go into debt over her engagement ring. So this bride decided to ditch the diamond for a pink-toned gemstone called a morganite diamond.
Student loan debt and medical debt, and the typical 3-month salary wasn't going to work for us to pay for a diamond.
Her roughly 1-carat morganite cost a third of a traditional diamond. Alternate stones are nothing new. It's the attitude toward them that has changed.
We always say that whatever your budget is, we can find something for you.
That was jewelry store manager Eric Fair. He says top alternative stones include lab-grown diamonds, morganite, aquamarine, tourmaline, sapphire, and ruby. So, gentlemen, if you are having a tough time deciding how deep into debt you want to go for a ring, consider going a more artistic and creative route. Just make sure your bride is also on board.